vertical feature before, so I thought it'd be worth a laugh. Feel free to enter stuff in the chat. I've never seen it like this before, so apologies if I missed something. Just try again, I guess. I've just got hold of Jamie Oliver's new air fryer book. It dropped through my door letterbox just a short while ago from some little upstart called Amazon. I haven't even unlocked it. Let's have a look. Easy air fryer. Jamie Oliver's new book. Big and bold, delicious food. So before Christmas, I did a roundup of all of Jamie's books. You can go back through the lives and have a look at that one. Interesting. I wonder if I would just pressing magic buttons, see what happens. Lovely. What does that do? Oh, very good. So strikingly, this doesn't look like any other of Jamie's books. Usually his are a bit more, I don't know, this is quite basic. It's not usually like this. Bit odd. Anyway, photography on the back. It looks like standard Jamie photography. Let's take a look together. Contents. We all love air fryers. How an air fryer works. We all love air fryers. He's got a show on at the moment in the UK, which is Jamie's £1 Wonders or something like that. And whilst this isn't the book of the series, like it usually is around September time, he has a new book out most years. That he features a lot of air fryer recipes in that. So this must be. I'm expecting a lot in there. He's also got his own branded air fryer. I got an email about it from jamieoliver.com today, which looks very similar. It's from Tefal. It's very similar to the Ninja one. 2 drawers, though one slightly larger drawer, one slightly smaller drawer. So it's got like a 2/3, 1/3, and there's money off at the moment, I think. Quick fixes. Okay, let's have a look at some of the recipes. Some things I might be doing on the channel, or just stuff I'm cooking at home. Feta and tomato pasta. I think that's a spin on the whole craze from a couple of years ago where everybody baked feta to make a pasta dish. Again, if you've just joined, I haven't looked through any of this yet. I haven't touched it, read it or anything, so I'm coming to this cold. Punchy Welsh rarebit. I've done something similar in the air fryer with crumpets. That was really nice. I nearly made a recipe of that one. Springtime salmon in a bag. So a salmon en papillote. En papillote, in other words, wrapping your fish in a parcel, paper or foil, is something Jamie got really known for 25 years ago, really sort of made that method accessible. So it's really interesting that he's bringing that back for air frying. Smoked mackerel on toast. Obviously, I'm not going to hold every single recipe up. Creamy garlic mussels. Yogurt flatbread. So doing a flatbread in the air fryer, I think that's a good idea. Apologies if the screen's flipped when I'm holding up a book. First time I've ever gone live in this vertical format. I'm not used to this. Things I will get right for next time. Black bean veg and tofu, spiced fish and rice bake, tasty toast toppers. So a range of different things to put on your toast there, e.g. tomato paste, cottage cheese, mozzarella, harissa, avocado, Marmite and cheddar. A lot of cottage cheese in these. That's interesting. Cottage cheese must be acting like a binder for all of these, making it more, I don't know. Okay. New classics, the big hitters you know and love, reimagined in the air fryer. Chicken schnitzel. That's very attractive. For some reason doing a noughts and crosses with anchovies. Okay. Looks nice though. It's just, so in his recent style, again, apologies it's reversed, but very short ingredient list. 1, 2, 3, 7 things in there. Chicken, flour, eggs, tomato paste, sun-dried tomato paste, stale bread, anchovy and lemon. So keeping it pretty basic for his recipes, as has been the trend in most recent 6 or 7 years from Jamie. Probably the last 10 years actually, now I think about it. Lamb kofta. I do love a lamb kebab. That's a nice one there. Served over chickpea and couscous by the looks of things. Chili con carne meatballs. So a couple of these are already on the Jamie Oliver website. I nearly did this last week and I didn't. I fancied something else instead. I went in a more spaghetti and meatballs direction. But I definitely have made a few of these. Some of them I'll post up as shorts later today. And I presume we'll come to them in a minute. They are quite a few, as I say, on the Jamie Oliver website. Sweet chili prawn burgers, loaded barbecue bean potato skins, and I've got an itchy nose. Oh, excuse me. Sesame chicken balls. I like the look of that. I love it when chicken is minced. Just not something I do very often, but I really enjoy it when I do. Teriyaki pork ribs. Very nice. For those of you just joining in, we are looking through Jamie's new Easy Air Fryer book. Basically, you're watching me find things to have for dinner. Gochujang chicken burgers. Now, he featured this one on his show this week, and that one's also available on the Channel 4 YouTube site. It might be the Channel 4 Food YouTube channel. So you can check out the whole thing there. It looks absolutely delicious. In fact, I'm having bagels this evening, and I'm going to do something similar, I think, with the coleslaw. That looks really tasty. I'll definitely give that a go. Hoisin duck cups. Gotta love a duck dish. Smoky pepper fish pie. Roast chicken dinner for one. Now you're talking. So, So using a chicken leg as your roast element, and I'm guessing, again, I've not seen this recipe, that the Yorkshire is done in the smaller of his air fryer trays, which really interests me. So with 20 minutes to go, remove the shelf, heat for 5 minutes, then cook for 15 minutes. So doing a whole Yorkshire pudding in an air fryer tray. I love the sound of that. I will definitely be giving elements of that a go. Nice. Falafel burgers. I'll try and stand sideways a little bit so you can get an element of flicking. Prosciutto baked fish and garlicky beans. He did this last year with his 2-part air fryer series, which again you can find on the archives of the channel. I definitely made this one. I think I tweaked it slightly. It's a good one. Barbecue chicken lollipops. Huh. I know someone who loves that. Cauliflower cheese pasta. So, it's just putting frozen cauliflower, milk and mustard. And then that will form a sauce, apparently. Well, that one intrigues me. It's very like the kind of thing I would make. So I'll be interested to try that. Do let me know in chat what you're having for dinner. Even funnier if you are having something from the air fryer. That'd be funny. And if I miss it, let me know, because I don't know how the chat works on this one. So, fragrant chicken in a bag, again, a non-papillote recipe, a recipe that's just done all in a parcel. Big up the veg. He's got a big thing about veg. Totally agree with him. We don't do enough with veg in this country. Tomato and mozzarella tart, like a sort of speedy pizza. Broccoli soup and cheesy soldiers. I made this one last weekend. For lunch, absolute banger. It's frozen broccoli basically with spring onions and stock whizzed up. Again, all done in the air fryer. Yeah, really good fun. Good lunch. Sicilian aubergine pasta, a caponata. Essentially, in a lot of these, he's using the air fryer, where he would usually use a frying pan or saute pan if you prefer. Just doing that quick roasting and frying in there. Sweet potato and black bean tortillas. Very Jamie. Lemon and chili tender stem broccoli. Creamy mustard cabbage. I like the sound of that cabbage. I might do that tonight. Spiced squash rice. Sticky aubergine noodles. Very nice. Sage and pancetta sprouts, an absolute classic. It's exactly how I make them at Christmas, which is just gently fry the sprouts, add sage, add pancetta, add the vacuum pack of chestnuts that you can get from the brilliant Merchant Gourmet, and add a little spritz of honey. I use maple syrup at the end. Love that. Harissa green beans, nice and spicy. Sticky onion tart. That's the business. Again, I know someone who'd really love that. Tomato tortilla soup. Which type of tortilla? A flour tortilla. So he's using the tortilla as a kind of crouton by the looks of things. Crazy for kale crisps. I'm a bit over kale. I don't know about you guys. Squassage rolls, very good. So using a butternut squash as a filling for a sausage roll there. Yeah, like the sound of that. Stuffed mushrooms, that's very retro, very retro. That's probably something he got inspired by working at his mum and dad's pub in the 80s. Gochujang cabbage. A lot of gochujang in this. That's really interesting. Again, I saw there's a brilliant interview with Jamie Oliver and Louis Theroux on Louis Theroux's podcast this week, which I devoured immediately. Really, really interesting. Jamie talks about his relationship with, thanks Phil, kale is like sourdough, it can get in the bin. Yeah, I'm just a bit over it. Kale's fine, but I'd rather have another green like a spinach or a Savoy cabbage. Much more prefer it. Love sourdough though. If I could be bothered to open that cupboard right now, there are at least 2 sourdough loaves on the go for boring reasons that we have around the house. Yeah, he did a great interview. And Phil, I know you hate Jamie Oliver, so thank you for coming on this chat. It's really kind of you. But the interview is really interesting. He talks about, you know, differentiating himself from Jamie the character to Jamie the human. Talks about his relationship with Michael Pierre White and where that is, his relationship with Gordon Ramsay and what's happened with that over the years. That's really interesting. But he also talked about, you know, what really gets overlooked in the simplicity of his books. Whatever you think of him, I like you more than I hate him. That's a bit Bilbo Baggins, isn't it? I like half of you twice as much as you deserve, or something. Thank you, anyway. What was I saying? So talking about his research into his books. They come out really simple, but there's so much research. Him and his team, of course, he's not a solo effort, and he'll tell you that any day of the week. He has a massive team. I've been to his offices before. It's really interesting. And talks about how they've done research with supermarkets that say that people only change 4% of their basket year on year, which probably tracks, right? If you think about what you were buying a year ago and a year before that. But he knows that his readers and the people that watch his recipes are interested in things that are quicker, that are easier, and use a lot of store cupboard staples. They react to it, and that's where I think this exactly. He mentioned gochujang specifically, that it works really well as a store cupboard. If you've ever seen it, gochujang paste, a little tub about the size of butter. It's really fiery, but it's delicious, and it can just live in the fridge for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's a great one. You can get it off Amazon easily. A lot of the bigger supermarkets will sell it now. Jeb44, have you ever thought of reviewing any Gordon Ramsay's books? I like you saying Gorton, which is the enemy in Star Trek, but I know what you mean. The thing is with Gordon Ramsay on this channel, never performs well. Whenever I try and do Gordon Ramsay stuff, nobody watches it. So I'd be really happy to. I have had his books in the past. I don't own any at the moment. And in fact, I borrowed his 3-star chef one from a friend recently, which is a really good book. It's about restaurant Gordon Ramsay and the recipes in there. But again, if I put content out there with Gordon Ramsay on, it just doesn't perform. So in a sense, I have to sort of go with the crowds, right? Go with what people like. Meanwhile, back at the book. But thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. Maybe on a live, because the performance is a bit like, hey, it doesn't really matter as much. It's great to see all you guys, but there's not the huge amounts of effort involved in researching and editing and So maybe I'll do it as a live one day, the same way I did for Jamie's before Christmas. Scruffy squash lasagna. Nope, mid-veg and epic tomato dressing. So that's just roasting a whole bunch of stuff and just waiting for it to come up. Avocado chips are a revelation, and they're totally Marmite. Give them a try and cook them for your mates. Halve, destone and peel ripe avocados, cut into wedges. Gently toss with semolina seasoning and spice, and then fry for 15 minutes. That is weird. I usually have avocados in my fruit bowl, which is down there, but I don't have any. We've used them all up for the week. My shopping day is tomorrow. Otherwise, I'd try them right now while we're here. I'd stick it on, because that's just too weird. Avocado chips? Well, I never. Stuffed squash and black beans. Spicy lime spiked pak choy. Sesame mange too. So, you know, obviously little side dishes here. Really good roasties. Oh, that's always a boast, isn't it? A lot of people say trying to get great roast potatoes out of an air fryer. Now, the way I do it is I just chunk potatoes and cook them from raw. Cooked avocado sounds counterintuitive. I agree. Hot avocado, if you've ever had it, I've had it before. I can't remember why, but it's like, it's not right. Because avocado is quite cooling, isn't it? It's nice to have, like a guacamole, right? It's nice against spicier foods, punchier foods. Really good roasties. But he does actually parboil them here. I usually do them from raw in the air fryer and get better results. But you do have to go quite heavy with the oil. Well, I'll definitely try it. What I should do actually is a roundup of everyone's air fryer roast potatoes recipes and try them all out. Been a while since I've had a good roast potato recipe on the site. Super salads. Again, if you've seen my review of all of Jamie's books, you'll know that he's absolutely obsessed with salads, loves salads, and wishes we eat more of them. You know, if you ignore the personality feel, he's got loads of great recipes for salad. Roast carrot and goat's cheese salad, that's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of goat's cheese, so I wouldn't bother. Warm panzanella. I love panzanella. Not for this time of year, but when it gets to like July, August, panzanella is a roast, well, it's a tomato and leftover bread salad. It's great. I love it with a barbecue. It's a really good one to take to people when you're going for a barbecue, because it's dead easy to make. You chuck stuff in a bowl and it over delivers on flavour. Don't really need panzanella for that. I don't really need an air fryer for that though, but I suppose you could argue that about any of this. Gnarly mushroom and noodle salad. Sounds nice. That sounds like a good lunch. Curried chicken salad. So he's got peach slices in there. So really super retro, sort of thing his nan would have made. Warm salmon niçoise. It's nice. It's not my style of thing, but very tasty. Spiced potato and chickpea salad with a handful of Bombay mix on the top. Bit different. Chicken Caesar. I've got all day for a new chicken Caesar recipe. Basically, what we're cooking there is the chicken in the air fryer. I might be wrong, but that's all I can see. It's got sourdough in there, by the way, Phil. So all your favourites. Duck and couscous salad. Not bad, not bad. Squash grain and mozzarella salad. A little bit fancy, so trying a little bit harder. Delicious, impressive dishes to make and share with your nearest and dearest. So have a look. Kerala roast chicken and curry sauce. That sounds nice. And I think I've already made it. Again, if you look at the air fryer video I made last May, ranking Jamie's dishes, I'm pretty sure that's in there. But it's very tasty. It's very tasty. Roasting a whole chicken with various spices. Posh fish and chips. Posh as in not fish and chips. I think that's what that means. Yeah, wholemeal bread around a piece of salmon. That's not what you can't call that fish and chips, can you? Come on. I'm sure it's very nice, but it's like calling it carbonara and you've added a pint of double cream, right? Oozy camembert and rainbow dippers. Well, you're baking camembert. I'm sure we can manage that. Piccalilli pork and apple pies. This was on my to-do list and last week and I didn't get round to it. I can't remember why, but I will definitely be trying that. It's a very simple flour and butter pastry. Hand raised. Bit of onion, apple, piccalilli and pork mince. Very nice. Golden duck and sweet onion gnocchi. This is why I don't like not fish and chips, is it? No, it's not fish and chips. It's not fish and chips, Phil. No, it's not. Chicken and mushroom pastry parcels. Another one I did last year. I actually made it 3 or 4 times because it's really good. You get some chicken and wrap it around a mushroomy filling, sort of a duxelle thing, but nothing as posh as that. Wrap it in puff pastry and then bake it like that. It's really good, really good. No, pork and pineapple noodles, now you're talking. This was my favourite. Again, if you looked at that dish, if you looked at that video where I ranked all of Jamie's air fryer recipes from last May, I ranked this as the only S tier, I think. Something like that. It's really good. Pork and pineapple with this really refreshing salad. So probably not one for January, but definitely one as it gets a little bit warmer. Really refreshing, zingy salad. It's good. Check out the time, 6:30. Hope we're doing okay out there. And take a quick drink break. Herb stuffed salmon and red pepper salsa, harissa roasted collie, lemon fish, spuds, and spinach sauce. Parmentier potatoes, which he was refusing to say up here, I guess. I do Parmentier style potatoes all the time in the air fryer. Your love for Daniel, thank you for watching the original video. It was a great dish. Parmentiers are really good. Diced potatoes, quite small, so take your time and get them about like a minute. About a centimetre, about half an inch. No, smaller than that, 1/3 of an inch. Sorry, I don't do imperial. Cook them from raw, and then they'll take about 20 minutes, and then add some flavourings and some oils and some seasonings, and it's really good. I tend to add a bit of garlic, a bit of salt, and parsley. That few minutes before finishing, and they go lovely and crisp and really, really satisfying. Feeds a crowd, and that's what he's done there with this fish. Sweet pepper, lentils and sausage. There's not a lot to say there, it's a super simple one. Cute canapes. Sesame prawn toasts. I'm a devil for prawn toast, so I don't need to see that recipe, otherwise we're making it. Mushroom swirls. Trim the mushrooms, garlic, puff pastry. Oh, I think I've seen him make this one, actually, on his recent show. Toasted nuts, prawn party skewers, very exciting. Baked hot honey cheese. So it's a block of halloumi or feta, they're very different cheeses, mixed with runny honey, Aleppo pepper or paprika. Sounds very nice. Sounds very nice. Miso chicken wings. Everybody loves a chicken wing in the air fryer. Always works out really well. Smoked haddock pakoras. Another good one. Sticky sausage skewers. What makes them sticky? Just honey. Just honey. Basically, they're pigs in blankets, as we would call them this side of the pond. Stuffed olives. That he's breadcrumbed. Breadcrumbed olives. Okay. Spring rolls. That's interesting. One of Mrs. Spud's favourite things. So I'll definitely be giving those a try. And that's phyllo pastry. I think I've actually got spring roll wrappers in the freezer because, you know, you have to buy like 100 at a time for some reason. Get your bacon, cheddar cheese and chive scones. Cheddar cheese and chive scones. Or scones, whatever. Again, definitely made those last year. Herbie cheese soda bread. I saw him make this one this week on that recent episode, again on the Channel 4 Food YouTube channel. Freezer stash muffins. So I guess this is a base of muffin. And then, yeah, make a whole batch, then freeze them so you can bake them to order, which is a great idea. Delicious donuts. Really? They look really dry, like bread. Not sure. Spring roll wrappers are an essential. Who doesn't love spring rolls? Yeah, exactly. I will definitely give those a try. Aha! Mint choc chip whoopie pie. I made this last week. My daughter went nuts for it. It's basically mint aero in a kind of cookie sandwich. The filling, incredibly naughty, is melted mint aero. That's a bubbly chocolate. You do have it in the US, but I can't remember what it's called. Mint aero mixed with cream cheese to make a filling. Really tasty. So I'm trying out a new gadget that is tracking me around the room. So apologies if it freaks you out a little bit. And there's all kinds of other fillings. I'm going to need to stop it though. You stop, thank you. So I can actually show you the book. Stem ginger shortbread. It's just shortbread. Proper puds. Cherry chocolate pots. See, if anything even hints towards Black Forest, I'm going to make it. So that's going on the to-do list. Sweet dressed peaches. It's fine, it's a bit plain for me. Pineapple tart tatin. A tart tatin in an air fryer. There's a challenge. Interesting. I will probably I did a few tart tatins last year, so I'll probably try that one. Some s'mores. Well, that's cheating really, isn't it? Stuffed apples and custard, pear and blackberry crumble. Why is he using a metal spoon on the base of that air fryer? Eton mess trifle. Very nice. Peach Alaska. Apricot Alaska. Mandarin Alaska. If you're not familiar with Alaska, by the way, it's the name of a dish where you have usually a bit of cake or sponge. Oh, it's off again. Let's go over here. That's a bit more comfortable for me. You stop there. Thank you. You have ice cream, and then you cover it in meringue, which you then torch or bake so that you've got hot and cold. Phil, there's a lot of 70s influence in this. It just proves that you don't read a lot of Jamie Oliver, because yes, he loves the 70s where he grew up. He's 50 this year, so that means he was born in 75. So he's got those early childhood memories. And of course, decades don't finish on the stroke of midnight. You know, they bleed through to the following decade. So yeah, he has a lot of memories of his nan's cooking, his mum's cooking. Recall that he grew up in a pub, so they'd be serving crowd-pleasing favourites. So they would, again, linger on past when they were trendy. So yeah, lots of 70s. And he's probably feeling his age, you know, thinking about old stuff. Layered vanilla cheesecake. Yes, I made that one. That was very tasty. Better than I thought it was going to be, actually. Looks like we're out of recipes, guys, and we're on to stuff. Big thanks. Very exciting. I'm just gonna, and this one just for you, Phil. Look, there's his lovely little mush for you. Yeah, love it. Good. Interesting. Lots of interesting ideas in there. I'll come back to those that missed the start of the stream. You're off again. Wonderful. He's very simplistic style. Usually has a much more, I would say, specific style for his books, and this is really, really plain. It looks like something, you go in a cheap bookshop, like a Works or something, and they have those compilations of different recipes in books. That's what this looks like a slimmer you. Sorry, Phil, I couldn't resist it. Definitely something I'll be doing quite a few things out. Probably not worth doing full videos on each of them because they're just air fryer recipes you can probably get off his website. Might do a roundup of them, or they'll end up as shorts or something like that. So keep an eye out. Stay there for a minute. I'm going to go get another book while we're on the topic of books and recommendations. Wait there. If you're in the market for air fryer books, and if you don't want to go down the Jamie route, or if you want things that are a little bit more down the line, a bit more not as adventurous, and I don't mean that in a negative, but you want some bog standards, I would recommend Poppy O'Toole's book, Actually Delicious Air Fryer. Poppy O'Toole, very much a rising star. You probably know her if you see her. She's there. Exploded on social media in 2020 when she was out of work as a chef, and by all accounts seems like one of the nicest people going. So I would recommend you, if you're looking for it, you can probably get a copy quite cheap, but this has got more run-of-the-mill stuff, I want to say. So in Jamie's book we saw chili con carne meatballs, so that's a bit different, right? We're mixing up a chili with meatballs. Hoo-yah! Poppy's just got a beef and pork meatballs version, so a simpler version, a bit more recognisable, right? There's none of those Jamie flights of fancy in there, or there's just basically how to make a sausage McMuffin without using the brand name. Yeah, it keeps everything quite simple, just crispy thighs and drumsticks, right? So if you're getting to learn your air fryer, it's a good book for getting to know your air fryer. Yeah, she is herself. She's got her own YouTube channel, which is irritatingly good, full of her favourite potato recipes. Yeah, so go check it out. So that was Jamie Oliver's Easy Air Fryer book. I think I'm going to go off now and stick a post-it note in all the things I'm going to try. Anything in there we like the look of? Anything we're doing for? No worries, Phil. I do recommend it to a lot of people. It's a good book. Yeah, I think that about wraps us up for now, unless anybody's... Jamie Oliver reviews are probably my favourite. That's very kind of you to say, Daniel. It's not, by any stretch, incredibly popular. I had a series of reviews of Jamie Oliver books, and they were not doing well at all. Hence, I did a big wrap-up, a big live back in December, just because it was in my head. I just couldn't not finish reviewing all those books. But maybe I'll do some more of this. We'll wait and see. I think I may be doing a roundup or something like that. But I think that's going to wrap us up for now. So thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping all the comments in the conversation chat. Always good to say hello. And look out for more videos. Enjoy your evenings, and I will see you all very soon.